to be done. Let me turn to Kurdistan. Kurdistan also had a government formed recently after an election. It took some time to do. Now you are in a unique position. You are in Baghdad, so you represent the Iraqi federal government and all Iraq, but also you are from the Kurdistan region of Iraq, and that's who your constituents are, that's where your voting bloc is, and that's where your home is, and it's a place that we all care about as well. I spent a great time in Kurdistan. My University of Mosul put me with so many vacations in Erbil, Sulaimani, others. So what is this new government right now? How is the new leadership? Is promising or not? What is new in the new management of the Kurdistan regional government, and what are the prospects for different relations between Baghdad and Erbil, or do you think it will be the same? And most importantly, what do you think the governance of the Kurdistan region going to be under the Prime Minister Barzani and President Barzani?
Which is another Barzani,
yes.
Right. Well, the Kurdistan region's government was formed, delayed for about 9 months, and it was huge. And that's the new record for KRG. But one thing was positive in the long run is that this government is truly under the 50-50 division of Kurdistan. Well, before that, as Kurdistan used to be very united before 1991. Even under Saddam was united, but then when the two political parties came, KDP and PUK, they divided Kurdistan region. So we had Suleimania and Erbil, two governments. So they have been shaped the KRG's policy in the last 2 decades, 3 decades. But this time, the new government, the new Barzani, the new prime minister, formed the government the way because they were the majority, that they are the one that they formed the government, and they asked others who would like to join. And it was not a 50-50 division between the political parties, PUK and KDP. PUK became a smaller component of the government. Politically, it will have some negative impact in the short run, but in the long run, I think it will allow other political parties to unite and also to form the government the way KDP did, or Kurdistan Democratic Party did. That's the only thing really new. Other than that, we have the same family, the same political party, and somehow the same mentality running KRG. Although this new prime minister, we have the President Barzani, who was prime minister for 17 years, and now he became president, promoted. And then we have new Barzani. He was the head of Security Council. He doesn't have any executive, especially in the government experience, and we look forward to see what he is going to accomplish. He promised so much, but one thing he promised and he mentioned was really interesting, and I'm looking forward to see if this is really a statement or an attractive statement, which Washington loves to hear, or it is a really true vision, which he mentioned he wants to reset relations with Baghdad. And that was his article in Washington Post. Masrour Barzani said that. And that has two things. One is he admitted that the previous policies of KRG was wrong. Even KDP, another Barzani was prime minister, that was wrong. Tensions with Baghdad was wrong. Seeing Baghdad as a threat was wrong. And that's a new reset. But I'm wondering, what does he mean by reset? Is it a reset just submitting 250,000 barrel oil through Baghdad? That's not a reset. You need to change your vision. You need to portray Baghdad as an opportunity, a place that you govern with other people, with other groups. It's not a place that is going to be a threat anytime that may attack Kurdistan. That should not be seen that way. And how can we prevent that? How can we change Baghdad from threat to opportunity when we are in Baghdad, when we are active in Baghdad and we work with them in a true partnership? And we really drafted and negotiated this constitution together. If you don't like it, we should renegotiate it with other groups. It's not unilateral actions by either sides is not going to work. It's going to be, you have a couple years of other Iraq prosperity for a very short period of time, but then you will have this rise and fall. Rise and fall, it's not stable because the country are not working together. So if he means by reset is just getting the 17% of KRG budget, that's not a reset. That's just the financial negotiations. The reset is just to work with Baghdad and see Baghdad as an opportunity, which we have a group of people, we are not a majority, but it's a growing number of people seeing Baghdad as an opportunity, this Baghdad, because we have 60 MPs in Baghdad from Kurdistan. We have the ministry, we have the president, and Baghdad is actually not working against Kurdistan, but it has some disagreements with Kurdistan over Kirkuk, over oil, other portions. That's normal, unless it's peaceful. And we can work with other groups, build alliance based on values and principles that can unite us with other groups in the south and also in the west. Anbar may have some interest in Kurdistan, we may have some interest in Najaf. These are the things we need to think about building partnership on local level and also on national level. So I'm not really sure if this is really an attractive statement, like I mentioned, or it is really a new vision of Barzani's toward Baghdad. I hope it is the second one.
Before I open the floor for questions, let me ask you one thing that I think I would be remiss if I don't ask you. We know in Washington, D.C. a lot about